Hey guys, it's LukeMan97. Welcome back to another video in World of Warships Blitz. And before we get into the video, let me just say that I'm sorry that I didn't get you guys a video on Tuesday like I usually do. Although we don't, I guess yeah, Tuesday's kind of become a normal upload video day for us. But I was on vacation in the earlier part of this week, so I didn't get to make you guys a video. And I know I promised a PC video this week, like BeamNG Drive or something, but again, when we got back today, well, we didn't get back today, but I didn't really have much time to make a video, so I don't know, making a World of Warships Splits video takes a lot less amount of time than PC, because on PC I have to like switch it to a flash drive so I can upload it from my laptop and all that. So don't worry, I'll bring you a PC video next week when I have more time, but just know that's why there is no PC video this week and why I didn't bring you a video on Tuesday. Anyways, we're going to be looking at the Tier 6 Premium French cruiser, the Grasse. So, this ship did not exist. It was actually a plan, it says, in 1938. It was developed from the La Galicianaire class, which we see in the tech tree, and which did exist. And, yeah, it's pretty much a La Galicianaire, but we'll look at that in a minute. So yeah, this is basically just a design. It didn't exist, but, yeah. So, as far as elite bonus, first of all, I put the elite gun operator on. You could either have that or you could have advanced turret, but elite gun operator is probably the better way to go because it reduces your reload time as well as your main battery traverse speed. And the traverse speed isn't too terrible, so it's not like you need more of that. So I recommend main battery elite gun operator, And there was nothing as far as the torpedoes go, but this thing doesn't have many torpedoes anyways. So, yeah, she's a fairly lightly built cruiser, doesn't have very much armor, only 24,000 hit points. But, first of all, let's compare her to the Tier 6 French tech tree cruiser, the La Galicianaire, which, like I said, is very identical to this in a lot of ways. So, as we see here, the Grasse actually gets the improved engine boost 2, whereas the La Galicianaire only gets the engine boost 1. And instead of getting the rapid reload 1, like the La Galicianaire and like the French tech tree line of cruisers does, she gets the AA defense alert 1. So, yeah, pretty identical ship skills except for better engine boost, and they switched out the reload for the AA defense. The Grasse has some more hit points than the La Galicianaire, but as you can see, their armor is basically the same. They don't have much. So you can citadel these things pretty easily. The de Grasse is 2 knots faster, but the La Galicianaire has better acceleration and is more maneuverable. And I'm sorry if I say these names wrong. I don't know French pronunciations that well. The guns are pretty identical, basically the same 155, 152 millimeter, except the de Grasse's guns are somewhat newer because this was a draft design that was supposed to succeed the La Galicianaire class. Because the La Galicianaires did exist. I don't know how many of them were built, but I know that at least one La Galicianaire was. So, yeah, it was supposed to succeed it. So the reload is a bit better on the de Grasse, has a bit better range, and 1% better fire chance, which 7% is pretty good. So I'd like to call this kind of like an HE spammer with only a 7-second reload. And yeah, you can set a lot of fires if your luck falls the right way. And the turret traverse speed is somewhat better. The torpedoes are exactly the same. The typical French 2 triple launchers, which that's kind of the thing that's deterred me from grinding the French cruiser line is their lack of torpedoes. Like that, I'm currently only at the Tier 7 Algerie, and I'm not really trying to grind. I barely ever play the Algerie, in fact, because of that reason. Like, even the Tier 10 Henry IV or Ori IV, however you pronounce it, only has 2 triple launchers. So yeah, these things aren't really built too much for torpedoes, but you got some baguettes there to launch at the enemy. So the AA is interesting because the de Grasse actually gets a slightly better large caliber AA and large caliber AA range, but a worse small caliber AA than the La Galicianaire. So we have the AA defense alert, which also helps make it better, and the Galicianaire gets a better surface detection. So yeah, this is pretty much a Galicianaire with a better fire chance on the guns, and the rapid reload swapped out for the AA defense alert and the better engine boost. Honestly, I think I'd rather have the rapid reload on the de Grasse than the AA defense alert, because the AA isn't the best to start with, so it'd be nicer to have the rapid reload. But, you know, that's just how they have it, I guess. So, well, another question I can get is, I always go over, where do you get this thing, the de Grasse, if you really want it? So, basically, it is on the tech tree. It's just up here on the French tech tree. You could grab it from here if you really wanted to pay. I think it's like, I don't know, like, let's see, what's a typical price of a tier 6 cruiser? Well, technically the Admiral Graf Spee is 7,000, but that's kind of a battle cruiser. Here, let's look at the Soviet Molotov. It's 6,000. So yeah, around probably like 6,000 something gold. So if you wanted to really pay that, I mean, it's not the best ship. It's not like really, really good. You can just get the Galicianaire and basically have the same thing. But if you really wanted it, it's like 6,000 something gold in the tech tree. I got it from an event where there was a French event shop or whatever, and I just purchased it from there. But yeah, it might come up in event shops or crates also from sometimes. As far as the camouflage, you can get the historical camo, which kind of looks weird, honestly, in my opinion, because if we look at the Algerie, its historical camo is just the normal French blue like that. And I don't know what stuff like the Lyon or the Gascogne has. Oh, the Gascogne actually has kind of those stripes too. The Lyon has that. I don't know. The French historical camos are kind of weird, but you could get the historical camo. It looks kind of interesting. Gives you ship hit points, main battery firing range, large caliber A range, and torpedo damage reduction. We're just going to go with this camouflage, I guess. It's the St. Patrick's Day thing that they have going on. Battle honors, typical premium stuff. Play 5 battles, get boosters and money. Set a fire 50 times, which just goes along with the fire setting nature of this ship, the HE spamming. Set a fire 50 times, you get 2 copper for the shipyard. So that's that. As far as supplies, I'd probably go with probably improved crew rations, because it lowers your reload time on the main and your torpedo reload time. Probably refined diesel as well, because it makes you go faster. And you could go with concealment, but I probably wouldn't, because it has like an 8-kilometer concealment, so it's not the best, but it's not the worst either. Could go with AA ammo because of the AA skill, but you know, I'm probably just going to go with warship hit points for this one. But the supplies are kind of more up to you. That's just what I'm going with for now. As far as equipment, I have the aiming system mod 1, because it makes your main battery traverse faster and your torpedo tubes traverse faster. Because I didn't want to just do one of those, or you could have done the reload too, but this thing already has a pretty decent reload. Slot 2, I've put propulsion, which just gives you better acceleration and power system survivability. And slot 3, I have propulsion mod 2, which gives you better max speed, which that's what I usually do. You could go for concealment, but like I said, it's not like the best concealment, so it wouldn't be necessarily useful. As far as commander skills, this guy also, I used to have the La Galicianaire, and I guess I just assigned a new commander to the Algerie, and then use this guy, so it says he's on the La Galicianaire as well. Which, yeah, this thing's a good captain trainer for something like the La Galicianaire or whatever. I don't know. It's probably a good captain trainer for the entire French line, to be honest, because the entire French line, or at least most of it, has this setup where, at least from the Emile Breton on, it has this setup where even the Henry IV has like the 3 triple turrets and the 2 triple launchers of torps. So I think it starts at the Bertan. I don't know. Yeah, so the Algerie is kind of like the black sheep out of them all as far as having 4 double turrets instead of 3 triple ones. But yeah. So this thing would probably be a good captain trainer for the line if you wanted to. But yeah. So first one, obviously underwater protection expert. Second one, torpedo alert. Third one, you could have gone with propulsion, but yeah. I just went with high alert. Fourth one, you could have gone with the air defense expert, which makes your air defense skill last longer, which that's actually probably a viable option, honestly. But I don't find myself using the AA defense that often because it's not like the AA is great or something in the first place. So, and sometimes I don't go up against carriers, but I probably would have gone for that if I had thought about it at the time, but I just went with Victorious Charge because I didn't think about it, but it's definitely a viable option. Slot 5, obviously Survivalist. Slot 6, you could go with Exploit Weakness because you're going to be setting a lot of fires and with your guns, and there is a chance that you could set floods with your torpedoes. I mean, you don't have a whole lot of them, but you could maybe. But I just went with Generalist, which is what I usually go with on most stuff. Slot 7, obviously you're going to go with Fully Prepared. Slot 8, probably Extinguisher. Yeah, you could go with Adrenaline Rush, but I usually choose something like Extinguisher. Slot 9, I'd probably go with Engine Overload, because this thing does have the engine accelerator, and I do like to make the best use out of all my skills. Slot 10, obviously you're going to go with Compartment Maintenance. Slot 11, go with IFHE, because unless you're going up against destroyers, and you could use AP against destroyers. I normally use HE though, even against destroyers, and it works pretty well. So yeah, definitely go with HE though, because you're mostly just going to be using HE. Sorry, slot 12, you could go with Giant Hunter because you do have torpedoes, but like I said, you don't have a whole lot of them, so yeah, the torpedoes aren't really your main weapon. You're not going to go with Citadel damage because you're not going to be doing that very often with the guns or firing AP at all with the guns. So yeah, I'd probably go with Horizontal Protection Expert because this thing is fairly lightly armored in the first place, so it just gives you better protection. So that's the specs of this thing. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get into some battles. Okay, so we're up against Bot Bogue, Fuso, Bot Fuso, Piotr Veliki, Königsberg, T-22, and Bot Mitsuki. We're playing Domination on Trident. So I'm probably going to go for C-Cap because that's the one I'm spawning on. But let's go. So yeah, I'd recommend leaving it on HE, obviously. Okay, let's wait till we get up to full speed, then we'll use the engine accelerator. There we go. Okay. But you don't really have to be too conservative with your engine accelerators because you have 3 of them. But okay, so we have on our team Bot Bogue, Rio de Janeiro, that's the new Brazilian Tier 5 battleship. You can go watch my other review on the Rio. I'll link it down below in the description, but I reviewed it. Bot Congo, me and the Grasse, a Königsberg on our team, a Nicholas, and a Bot Nicholas. So, yeah. So with the engine boost up, you can go around like 35 knots, although I don't know if it actually should be. So the Fuso is glitch turning, so shots out at the Fuso. Actually, I think something's glitched because it doesn't say it says my engine accelerator was active, but it like wasn't affecting the speed at all. So yeah, I think it had already gone out, but it just wasn't showing me that. So no fires yet. But I definitely don't want to get in the line of sight of that one Fuso there because yeah, that would not be fun. Also, there's a T-22, so let's go ahead and introduce him to our guns. See? Triple permafire. Well, not permafire, but well, actually, maybe it might be. Anyways, triple fire on the T-22, and look at the damage I'm reeling out to him, even though I technically don't have. Okay, so I even need to go this. Goodbye. So yeah, this thing is a very much so. Okay, there's a bot Mitsuki too. I better get heading forward. Okay, there's the T-22's torps. I'm gonna have to take one of them probably. Okay, oh shoot. Flood, okay, we're gonna heal up. Wow, I'm really getting hammered over here. Okay, so. I really don't want to get in the line of sight of that Fuso, so let's go ahead and torpedo the bot Fuso. Oh, that hurt. There we go, another fire. As you can see, this thing is an HE spammer, kind of. A lot of things I notice in this thing is that I tend to lose a lot when I play this thing. I don't know why, but I do. Also, I'm in the line of sight of that Fuso, which is what I didn't want to do. So let's go ahead and launch again. Yeah, and I'm probably dead here, but at least I've done my duty as a destroyer hunter. I've taken out the T-22, and of course the bot Fuso is going to perfectly avoid most of my torps there. As you can see, in the short time that we were alive, we set 4 fires. A triple perma-fire on the T-22, and one on the, I think it was the bot Fuso, I don't know. Anyways, the bot Fuso's dead. The enemy is holding 2 of the caps, so I'd say we've probably, honestly, lost this, maybe. I don't know. It's a little bit early. We are ahead, actually, right now. But if we want to stay ahead, we got to capture. Well, actually, that bot Nicholas is going to capture B for us, so that's good. Bots don't usually try to capture, but sometimes they just do. That Pytor Velicki, though, is going to come over here and probably recapture in a minute. Yeah. And our Rio doesn't look like he's faring very well against the Fuso, which makes sense because the Rio has like basically no armor, and those Fuso salvos hurt. So yeah, I'd probably say that we've lost this, but I just wanted to demonstrate to you. We'll do another one, but I just wanted to demonstrate to you how effective the Grasse can be as far as HE spamming. That's the thing. Your health can go away very fast, especially under battleship fire. Looks like our Königsberg. Oh, they actually might have the Fuso dead. They're going after the bot Bogue for some reason. He's dead, okay. That's good, that'll give us a lot of points, but they do need to capture the areas if they want us to win. Fuso's also dead, so that's good. Actually, maybe we haven't completely lost this, but, so yeah, there's a Königsberg and a Pytor Velicki left. The one thing that's going to be a problem, though, is we don't have a real battleship anymore to combat the Pytor Velicki. And Nicholas, what are you doing? You do realize that's a Königsberg, right? Yeah, I'll have to get around to reviewing the Königsberg. I just got it, but I don't have a captain on it yet, really, so that's why I didn't review it for you. Well, the Königsberg's kind of dumb and is firing HE. I don't know why he's doing that, because we all know that German cruisers and battleships are not good with HE, but I don't know what the Nicholas thinks he's going to do there. If the Nicholas would have been more effective if he had gone after the Pytor Velicki and torpedoed him. That would have been a lot more useful than him getting killed by the Königsberg. But anyways, I don't know what our Königsberg is doing. I don't think he's going to be able to do much against the Pytor Velicki because, yeah. And they got our Bogue almost dead, which is going to put them ahead in points so much. Why are you firing HE too? He can do his best and try to torpedo the, yeah, there goes our Bogue, and now they're ahead on points because of that. Well, okay, he's launching his torps, which that's kind of useful. Okay, it's a perma-flood and 2 perma-fires on the Pytor Velicki. Yeah, he's destroying the Königsberg. Okay, launch your torps. Good job. He's going to launch his torps from the other side. That should take out the Pytor Velicki. Okay, that's good. We got it. Oh, no. I think we've still lost, though, because our Königsberg is at such low health. He's never going to be able to gun down the enemy Königsberg. But good try, team. That was, we almost got it. If they had just done better at like cap control if I hadn't died like that. And also, I don't know, the fact that we had a Rio too, which has the worst armor basically, and is a tier 5 battleship, and they had a Fuso, which is a tier 6 battleship with an insanely good AP salvo, then that would have been more fair. But yeah, I mean, we did our best. Almost won. That's one thing in the Grasse. It's kind of hard to win, especially for me. Like, I don't know why. It's just always been hard for me to win in the Grasse. I've never really been able to win that much in a Grasse. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do another one. Oh, we got a mission done there. That's nice. Okay, so basically, let me show you my win rate in the Grasse. Where is it? I know it's probably a ways down here because yeah, that's where my win rate is in the Grasse. The Grasse, 35%. That's a really bad win rate. So I've won 20 only and lost 36. So I'd have to win 16 if I wanted to bring it up to 50 again. I don't know why. If it's me just not knowing how to play the ship to its full ability, or if it's just the ship isn't very good at winning, I really don't know. But it's there's something with this ship that I just can't win in it very well. Anyways, let's go again. Maybe we can try and win it this time. So we're up against New York, Giulio Cesare, Congo, Derflinger, Nuremberg, Devonshire, and T-22. The Giulio Cesare is very, has a reputation of being pretty OP at tier 5. But maybe we can beat it with our Mackinson or something, I don't know. I'm probably going to head towards C-Cap because the only people beside me are battleships, so they're probably not going to go there. I'm the fastest person over here that can get to C-Cap, so I'm probably going to head that way. With the engine boost up, this thing can do 40 knots, which is pretty respectable for a cruiser, I'd say. So this is like destroyer speeds. I mean, to give you a contrast, the tier 6 German premium destroyer T-61 that I have, it also has an engine boost. It's only an engine boost 1, but it does 40 knots with the engine boost up. So it's pretty respectable if you're a cruiser to do 40 knots. So yeah. We're heading to C-Cap, and what is the rest of our team doing? Looks like that Rio is going to come with me. The Mackinson's heading toward B, though. Okay, there's a Nuremberg. I don't want to get under his fire. Looks like he's heading away, though. I really don't want to get in his line of sight, though, because that thing has very decent AP. Okay, I don't want to get in the sight of the Giulio Cesare either, because that thing hurts. Okay, let's get behind this island and stay here, because no fires yet. That Derflinger should reappear. We can use our front turret. So yeah, this thing's kind of like the opposite of the Nuremberg and the Königsberg, the German cruisers that are pretty OP. So the Nuremberg and the Königsberg, they have 2 triple turrets on the rear of the ship and 1 in the front. So they're better at like running away from enemies. Whereas with me, I'm better as far as like charging the enemy, because I have my 2 triple turrets up front and and 1 in the rear. So yeah, I'm better at charging. Also, I don't know how they're not holding caps. They're getting B back. Good. It's a Devonshire. Okay, I really don't want to get in that. I don't know how. I'm not getting very lucky with the fires this game, which isn't really good. But the bad part here is I'm getting cornered by 2 battleships and a heavy cruiser over there, which I don't like that very well. I'm gonna try to get out of here. Rio, I don't know if I'd be rushing ahead if I were you. You do know that the Derflinger is technically a battle cruiser, but still, I think he has better armor than the Rio there. So Yeah, I don't know if he should be doing that. Also, the Cesare is looking over here, so I don't really want to come out. Torps out at the Durflinger just in case he decides to do anything funny. I think we're going to have him dead, though, before then. Yep, there he goes. Okay. Okay, well, we still have a Cesare to deal with. Looks like the Devonshire is buggered off, though, so we don't really have to worry about him, hopefully. Okay, shots out at the Cesare. There we go, that's our first fire. He Damacons a single fire, so we could get a permafire. Or a permaflood. Let's go around here and launch our baguettes at him. As soon as this stupid indicator clears the island. It looks like he's stopping, though, so let's launch him right there. Okay, he's starting to back up for some reason. I don't know why. So yeah, you probably shouldn't be sitting still. I'm just doing it because he's focused on our Rio right now, and it gives me a perfect place to HE spam him from. I somehow just took out one of his main battery turrets. Sadly, it's a double one, though. Okay, one of my torps is going to hit. No permaflood. Still can't get another fire, which kind of sucks, because I think our Rio is, I don't know where the Rio, I think, died or something. Okay, the Devonshire is back as well, so, okay, the torps are reloaded. The Cesare is still backing up, though, or is he? No, he's starting to go forward now. Okay, so I'm going to launch them right there, and I'm going to bugger off, because I don't want to get hit by a Cesare, because as you can see, that does quite a bit of damage. Okay, I'm out of here. Here comes the New York, though, which should be able to deal with the Cesare at least somewhat. Sadly, I have to abandon the cap, though. I wish I didn't have to do that. One of my torpedoes hit the Cesare, which he's still firing at me, despite the fact there's a New York, which makes sense, kind of. Okay, there's another fire. Makes sense, kind of, because I'm a low-health light cruiser. Whereas that's a full-health battleship, basically. Okay, he's basically dead. Let's just finish him off. There we go. Okay, the Devonshire is still here, but let's go ahead and take the cap back. The New York is doing precisely that. So, we take out the Devonshire. A destroyer's... One of our DDs is going to A. Hopefully he can help take out the... which I don't want to rush a Devonshire, because he does have 8-inch guns. He is a heavy cruiser. Let's go ahead and drop our torps right there. And... yeah, there comes his... that was actually a pretty decent salvo for me that hit him, so... yeah, and he's turning away from the torps, so that's... fire right there, because that's probably where he'll be when those land. Yep, there we go. And the New York takes him out. Good job. Okay, so all they have left is their Congo. Is that a bot? No, it has the name of a bot, but... okay, so he's in B right now. Here come Devonshire torps, and New York's taking all of those. Looks like that Congo is pretty dead, though, so... New York's firing at him. And he wasn't dead enough to die from that, so... I don't know. Okay, he's in my gun range, but I don't know if those will hit him. Yeah, okay, there he is. He's somewhat dead, but... there we go, another fire. There we go, okay. And we... so yeah, we actually won that time, and we take the MVP as well. 34,000 points of damage and 2 ships sunk. We got the Cesare and the Congo, but with help from the battleships, obviously. I didn't take them down all by myself. But, yeah, so the Grasse, it's like so yeah, we didn't really have... I guess the first battle was technically a carrier battle, but it was a bot carrier, so I didn't really get to use my AA defense expert skills. But... I mean, the Grasse, decent. It's a decent premium ship. It's not the best premium ship, probably, at Tier 6, because, like I said, it's pretty much just a copy of the Galicianaire with a better fire chance. But yeah, this thing is definitely a viable HE spammer, as you saw. I got let's see, as far as fires. I got more fires in the first battle where I was only alive for like 1 minute versus the second battle where I was alive for the entire battle. So it just depends on how lucky you are with the fires, really, and what ship you're going up against as far as fires. Because I know German stuff likes to burn like crazy, so that's probably why I got lucky with a triple permafire on the T-22 destroyer in the first battle, because German stuff just burns. But yeah, only 3 fires in this one, whereas in the first one we had 4. So yeah, 102 main battery hits. So yeah, I'd say the guns are probably your biggest weapon, what you're going to be using most of the time in this ship. Just spamming HE consistently, even against destroyers. HE is good in this thing. The torpedoes are just there, as you can see, only 2 torpedo hits. They're just there as a secondary option to help take off damage, kind of like the German battleships, where the torpedoes just kind of like help take them down so you can deal with them with your main battery. But yeah, definitely a kind of a destroyer hunter as well. You saw what I did to that T-22 in the first battle. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back with some PC games next week and maybe another ship review. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.